Happy Tuesday, folks. So I got some great news I'm going to share with you guys today that we've got confirmation, even though this says draft on here. It means draft because it's the flyer that we created for this event. But special guest, we've got Brian, lawyer Brian. So there's lawyer Bill and lawyer Brian. So I just want to be clear. And so I host a once a month money briefing for you guys, and that's open to the public. So if you imagine the funnel of being a client of mine, that there's stuff that's open to the public, like that event, and I'm going to talk about that today. And then below that is, or even further down in the funnel, is things like Town Hall Tuesday, which may have to be changed to a different day because the lawyers are now more available. The VA accredited attorneys, Bill and Brian, those guys are they're busiest on Wednesdays, and that's the day that I need them to be in the room with me and my clients, which is even further down the pipeline with my clients. So again, guys, the funnel here, and I probably needed to print something out that shows you guys this better than me, put my hands up in front of my face. But the event that I'm going to tell you about today is been confirmed by the law office and law firm, and they are, well, at least one of them is going to be here for that here in the next couple of weeks, and that's August 19th, every third Tuesday of the month. And so lawyer Brian will be in the room to talk to you guys about things, and will be in the room with me talking side by side. So make sure you guys are registering for that, and I'll show you how to register here shortly. So anywho, all right, guys, why do I have a candle out in front of me? And well, because is our Heavenly Father, by the way, I am his son, and everything, all glory is to him. And that's why I'm a for-profit too, as opposed to a nonprofit, where they're nonprofits and stuff like that. They're so restricted, and you can't really talk about things that I'm going to talk about. And I think that's in faith. We have to, again, I'm not perfect, and trust me, I'm an everyday sinner, but all glory goes through him. And I'm here to just, with the smallest candle out there, help illuminate and make you aware of things that you are not aware of. And I've got some candles back here showing you some stuff too. So 100% permanent total is what you guys all qualify for. I'm not going to overbrief the money stuff today because I'm going to talk about lawyer stuff. But again, I hear myself when I'm saying I, me. All things are through him, and these are information and tools and resources that you guys have asked me for over 6 years, and delivering you guys over $10 billion to people who don't quit. And I'm adding that last line on there because that's exactly right. Guys, I've been here 6 years delivering over $10 billion to people who don't quit. This is your money, but I cannot possibly roll you out of bed every day. Nobody comes over here. Guys, none of you are coming to my house asking me, hey, Albert, can I roll you out of bed this morning? Nobody's doing that. Well, at least none of you are. So I'm doing it, and our Heavenly Father, that's why I say, before I put my head on a pillow and before I put my feet on the floor in the morning, I say thank you for yesterday, thank you for today, things like that, and just give me the strength to continue lighting and enlightening people on this stuff. The truth. So there's the King of Truth, and then there's the King of Lies. Liars, like the internet, this is why you guys have asked me for so many resources, because you're like, Albert, there's so much. So let me get this straight, Albert. There's 5,000 military and veterans every single day Google searching for a VA calculator. Yes. Well then, Albert, how can I find the truth on the internet? And I'm like, okay, you know what? That's actually a really good conundrum you got there. Let me see how to create a solution for you. And I did. I create solutions for you guys so that you can be in groups together. And by the way, I'll brief you every time I'm on a checklist. And that checklist is top 10 things you can do today that you can start moving forwards on your own awareness journey and fulfillment journey, because the VA specifically does not give you money for drama and trauma. And that's in the back of my Joe book that you guys asked me to create for you. And also the, I brief a lot on the drama and trauma stuff, so I just talk about it. I talked about that yesterday, so I don't want to lay that on too thick today, because again, I don't want to talk to you guys about the attorney stuff. So make sure you guys that are in the room right now go to my website, click on events. You'll see a couple weeks out, or you can go through, it's on my LinkedIn. So that's where the event is through, is my LinkedIn. And you know what's crazy? Tell me if this isn't, again, the VA and whatever, little g Google, little g government using Delta style tactics against us, that I've now hosted consistently for the past 5-ish years a once a month money briefing, and it's in the same place, LinkedIn. And when I first started doing it, I had a lot of people, like 1,000, 1,300 people, a lot of people register for it. And now, even though we've already refreshed it and started a new one, because the old one had died out so bad, even now people are barely registering for this thing. So does that tell you, again, to my point of evil? Evil is in everything. I pull up the good book to tell you this one. Evil is dividing and devouring all the time, 24/7, 365, etc., etc. You get the point. So I need you guys to be aware of that. This is massively important for you guys to have. Unfortunately, lawyers in your, I have my clients represented by veterans rights attorneys from the very beginning, and this just happens to be one of them. So it's that bad. If you guys ask me, is it this bad? Yes, it's this bad. Because the VA does weird stuff. The VA will talk about something good over here. Oh, hey, there's going to be, I always forget the name of this daggone thing because I call it baby brother all the time. So PACT. So when PACT Act came out, everybody was like, oh my gosh, you mean there's things that I can just barely do any paperwork on and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to get all this money. That's what was promised by little g Google, little g government, which are, by the way, liars. Just saying. So there's all of these promises. But then what happened over here that wasn't promoted? Stuff that you don't know about. But about a year ago, the VA started denying, I'm not going to say the words everyone for everything, but it was a lot of folks for a lot of things. Because what happens when you're promising free stuff is everybody's looking over here and you're promoting, the little g government was promoting, oh, look over here, and then not telling you anything about this over here. And again, guys, I'm going to hold up a blender. This blender here, this physical blender, is designed to do what it does. Blend, chop up, destroy, divide, all that kind of stuff, right? You guys ask me all the time. You say things like, oh, this game is rigged and stuff. I get your point. The system is designed, purposefully designed to divide and devour you. Purposely designed to divide and devour you. So that's why we came up with our most recent ad campaign, which is, we call it the Delta campaign, because I was watching YouTube recently and there was a Delta guy talking about this stuff. You can Google those guys and whatever you want to do, YouTube those guys. When they give me permission to put their name out here, I'll put it out there, but I'm not trying to write somebody's coattails. What I am trying to tell you is the truth, that the VA specifically uses Delta style tactics against us. Delta selection. So for people who don't know what selection means tryouts. So the most well-known tip of the spear, and I'm saying it that way because there's like a pilot buddy of mine used to always say, well, there's probably always 2 levels above the most secret thing that you know. Okay, good. So Delta is the most secret thing that we know about, that we can use as a reference point. And Delta tryouts, they take you from a class of 100 down to 1, definitely less than 5, by doing what this Delta instructor here is doing. Because again, let's start with the story from the beginning. 5,000 of you a day, 5,000 of you military veterans a day are Google searching for a VA calculator. So here's the calculator you've been searching for, and you're being denied. Yeah, that's getting you into the system. They're where they want you to be. Now, these Delta instructors, what they'll tell you from Delta is that all they do is tell you, do the best you can. And I'm going to read the rest of these lines because you may not be able to see them very well. So do the best you can alone without any help in any way. If you quit, it's your fault. You lose. This is costing us Americans $1.2 trillion a year, and it's being weaponized against us. We are, in essence, funding the enemy, evil, I'll say evil, to steal from us. And a guy said to me the other day, he said, yeah, it feels like that. And I said, let it really sink in. Does it feel like that, or is it that? Because Delta is the only selection, which I know you guys aren't even trying out for Delta. I didn't try out for Delta. I didn't even get close. So you guys that are out there trying to live your best life, what you just need to know is that Delta style tactics are being used against you to divide and devour you, and it's working. It's working. $1.2 trillion a year. All these mountaintops of money that I briefed on yesterday. See these mountaintops of money? There's 3 levels of money. There's right now money, mid-range money for your kids in college, and even death benefit money I help you guys out with. Look at where this big ass money is. You served, you earned, and I briefed on this yesterday, so I'm not going to get into in the weeds, but I do want you guys to see this is in a pretty chronological order of how this works, of what path I take you guys on. Look at this life-changing money. Look at this life-changing money. This itty bitty thing right here is back pay at $25,000-ish. This bigger one right here, that is over a 40 years period, $500,000 in property taxes. This one over here is $2 million at a, let's say you're getting $50,000 a year from your VA compensation, not disability. See the word up there, not disability. So VA compensation for 40 years at $50,000 a year is $2 million. This is $2 million mountaintop right there that you have earned, and that somebody is hiding it from you and lying to you about it so that you quit. You quit on yourself. That right there is $2 million, $500,000, $1 million in your lifetime. Here's $300,000 in death benefit to your family that you've been looking for. But you have to do this the right way, in the righteous way. And that's why I have my clients represented by veterans rights attorneys. Yes, the whole words are VA accredited veterans rights attorneys from the very beginning. And one of the attorneys will be in the room here in the next couple of weeks. So guys, you guys have asked me for a lot of resources. Albert, how do I get the smart books? How do I get in the room with the attorney stuff and get me some information? How can you tell me more about the money that I've earned and other things like you served, you earned? The truth or your truth isn't the truth. You know, the lie you believe is still a lie. Tell me about the CRST combat related special compensation thing for retirees. Tell me about that. Tell me about this 100% permanent total. Tell me the truth that disability is a lie and it's actually called compensation pension. Guys, you asked me for all that stuff. That's what's in here. So when I say, hey, you know, like, share, subscribe, join these groups, this checklist that you guys asked for is here and it's on my website. I'm not going to go through all this, but you can see the blue links on here. Blue links take you to places that you guys have asked me for to give you guys more resources that I control and make sure that I'm telling you guys the brutal truth about the money that you've earned and how we're going to go get it together. See on the blue lines? A lot of resources for you. Again, guys, start out here. Checklist on my website. And I hear myself, I, me, but I'm just saying, guys, what does this good book say? Do good things every day. Help widows and orphans. I'm trying to save lives so we don't have widows and orphans. I'm trying, because you talk about drama and trauma. Again, I have to go to the evil every time on this one, because why aren't widows getting big ass checks? Hey, ma'am, sorry for the death of your husband. Respectfully, here's several $1 million worth of his money that he earned, and now it's yours. Spend it wisely. Our little g government isn't doing this, isn't doing the right thing for widows. And by the way, I don't charge widows. I charge you guys, so I don't have to charge widows. But my point is still clear that comes out of here. We're supposed to help each other as elders, people with gray hair, supposed to help the youngsters behind us. We're not. I am, through our Heavenly Father, we are, and that's why I told the candle up. If I just give one life today, that's what I'm aiming for. One life today. If I can save one or make one better, because I'm telling you guys, I am a 90% love what he loves. I love bringing joy to you guys. I love helping you guys get your money. But I also hate what he hates, which is evil, stealing from you guys. And you guys lie. You're so saturated in lies that's why it takes the first month of us working together. I have you guys come to my new client orientation where I'm wiping off Brainwash for the first month of us working together. It is that thick in your psyche. And that's what I'm saying. You know, this right here says, in essence, the lie that you believe is still a lie. All right, guys, make sure you guys register. Go through my website, best place to register for that. You can also go direct through LinkedIn. Register lawyer. Brian will be in the room. We'll show you guys the money that you've earned through your service and a lot more than that. So, all right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you guys.